Over the last few years, I have read almost every book that exists on money, mindset, and financial freedom. From the classics from Rich Dad, Poor Dad to more psychology-driven like The Psychology of Money and Think and Grow Rich. These books taught me more than school, university, or any job ever did. And in this video, I will want to break down the biggest lessons I have learned. The Millionaire Fast Lane. This is one of the most eye-opening books I have read. MJ DeMarco basically breaks down the principle that there are 3 lanes in life. First, you have got the sidewalk, which is where people spend more than they earn, live paycheck to paycheck, and never build anything meaningful. Then you have the slow lane, which is what most of us are told to do. Get a job, save slowly, invest, and hope to retire at 65. And then there is the fast lane, which is about building scalable income, like a business, a system, or digital products that earns for you even when you're not working. What really hit me was that the fast lane isn't about luck or shortcuts. It's about hard work, but leverage smart. MJ talks about 5 commandments that the fast lane business follow. You solve a real need, you enter a space that is not too easy, make sure you control your platform, build something that you can scale, and detach your income from your time. And that really made me rethink what I was doing. I started building a YouTube business, something that could grow without me clocking in every hour. And it made me go from consumer to creator. The Psychology of Money. This book was a game changer in terms of understanding how we think about money. Margaret Halsell explains that money isn't just math, it's emotions, habits, and how you grow up. He talks about how most of us think we need more and more, but never stop to define what is enough. And that hit me hard. He outlined 5 big ideas. 1. Pay the price. There is no reward without some level of discomfort or delay. Number 2. Never enough. Know when to stop chasing. 3. Crazy is in the eye of the beholder. People behave differently with money for reasons that make sense to them. 4. Peekaboo. The future is uncertain. And 5. Pessimism sells, but optimism builds wealth. After reading this, I became more patient. I stopped chasing fast results and started trusting the process, steady systems, obsessing over the outcomes, and most importantly, I defined what financial freedom looked like for me, so I didn't get stuck on the treadmill of wanting more. If you like this video so far, please like and subscribe. It means a lot for the channel. Think and Grow Rich. This book is intense. Some people love it and others find it a bit too philosophical. But the core message is simple. Your mindset shapes your reality. Hill says everything starts with the burning desire. Not just the vague goals, but something clear and strong that you feel every day. That energy drives action. One idea that stood out was transmutation, taking energy like sexual energy or creative frustration and channeling it into productive work. Another one was the 6 ghosts of fear. These fears like poverty, criticism, and failure would hold us back from taking big steps. What I did was turn my goals into habits. I said I will post 2 videos per week for the next 4 weeks, and I track results. Adjust but not quit. I treated my plan like it already existed, and I just had to catch up to it. That shift made me more focused, less reactive, and more confident. Rich Dad and Poor Dad, this book is a classic for a reason. It introduces the idea that the rich focus on asset things that put money in your pocket, while the poor, middle class, focus on liabilities, even when they think they are buying assets. First, the rich don't work for money, they build systems that pay them. Second, financial literacy matters. You need to understand cash flow, not just income. Third, mind your own business. Build something on the side that belongs to you. This completely changed how I look at money. I stopped thinking of income as a goal and start thinking of leverage. I started investing my time in things that could grow without constant effort, like evergreen content, digital assets, and education. And I also stopped thinking of my house or car as an investment. Instead, I looked at what truly creates the value. The Diary of CEO Stephen Bartlett books goes deeper into the psychology of growth. It's not just about tactics, it's about who you need to become to live the life you want. He talks about filling your 5 buckets: health, relationship, mission, money, and learning. In that order, if your health is off, nothing else works. Some big takeaways for me were: ask, don't tell. Self-awareness comes from asking the right questions. Question the behavior. Results come from repeated action. And discipline is a skill, not something you're born with, but something you build daily. And I changed the way I work. I made discipline part of my identity and not a mood. I design my days around energy, not just tasks. And I have learned that weird ideas like making videos on niche topics or saying no to social norms often become your biggest strength. 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness. This book by Jim Rohn is old but powerful. It's like having a wise mentor slap you with a truth in every chapter. He says success is built on simple action, done consistently and consciously. He talks about setting goals and using your time wisely, choosing your relationship carefully and being intentional in your action. One thing he says is that most people live on autopilot, and if you don't take control, your habits will control you. After this book, I started asking myself, is this action taking me closer or further from the life I want? That simple awareness made me cut out distraction and spend more time learning and commit to habits that actually serve me. The Millionaire Mind. This book really surprised me. You expect a book about millionaires to talk about flashy lifestyle, high-risk investment, or a luxury mindset. But it's actually opposite. Thomas Stanley studied real millionaires. Quiet, consistent, often invisible. And that is what he found, that the most of them live in normal neighborhoods, drive reliable cars, and value things like discipline, respect, and patience over status and image. What stood out most to me was how millionaire success isn't about income. It's about thinking long-term, avoiding lifestyle creep, and having a strong belief in personal responsibility. These people don't care what others think. They aren't there to impress. They make decisions based on value and not pressure. What I applied, this book helped me to zoom out. I stopped comparing my pace to others. I reminded myself that real wealth grows in silence, and I started prioritizing consistency over hype, doing the boring things like budgeting, simplifying, investing slowly, and focusing on my mission. Let me know in the comments which book stood out to you, and if you want more advice how the rich builds wealth quietly without anyone knowing, watch this video.